Welcome back. Good evening. You're watching Times Now Live and I'm Swati Joshi. Let's begin the broadcast with this big breaking news coming in. Times Now has accessed the arrest memo of Aryan Khan, which he has acknowledged. Aryan Khan, upon receiving the memo of arrest, has acknowledged, saying, I understand grounds of my arrest and inform the same to my family members. Now, in this particular memo of arrest, the NCB is informing him of the offence that has been committed, of the charges that have been slapped under which he has been arrested, and the memo of arrest also talks about the recovery, the seizure that has been made of the drugs along with cash. Let's go across. Siddhant is joining us in the broadcast with more details. We're playing out those pictures of the memo of arrest, Siddhant, which has been acknowledged by Aryan Khan, and he says he understands the grounds of his arrest. He's also informed his family members about the same.
Well, that's correct. This is an undertaking given by Aryan Khan, in which he writes, I understood grounds of my arrest and informed the same to my family member, and then after that his mobile number is written. Now what is interesting here is that I would like to read out the quantity of contraband that has been seized by NCB from Aryan Khan. Seizure of 13 gram of cocaine, Swati, 5 gram of MD, 21 grams of charas and 22 pills of MDMA. Along with this 1.33 lakhs in cash. Now these material have been recovered from Aryan Khan. Now none of this contraband quantity is reaching anywhere near the commercial quantity, which is a relief for Aryan Khan. Otherwise the sections would have been much stringent. But 20B has been slapped by NCB, at the same time 27. Both are the non-bailable sections. 20B talks about the possession, manufacturing, sale of the banned substance, and again it's non-bailable, and 27 talks about the consumption. Now I have also been confirmed by NCB, and perhaps we are the only channel with this detail, that NCB is going to ask for more custody of Aryan Khan. This has been confirmed to us by the top official in NCB. Usually in such cases, after 15 hours of intense questioning, NCB don't ask for remand, because as NCB has been saying that these are small fishes, we want to go after the big ones, and already the coordinates and details of the peddlers have been given by these accused. Despite of this, NCB is going to ask for remand. It would really be interesting to see, Swati, on what grounds NCB is going to ask for Aryan Khan and the other two accused remand. All three are in court. Shivani Mishra is inside the court giving minute-to-minute details. Arunil Sadadekar is tracking each and every details from the court. Will be bringing each and every details from the courtroom. In some time from now, the hearing will begin. And hearing has started. Shivani is updating us from the courtroom. Hearing has started, and we'll start flashing the details which Shivani will send to us.
Right, let's go across to Arunil as well. Of course, we don't want to second guess what the court is going to do, but like Siddhant was pointing out, there are some non-bailable offences under which Aryan Khan and two others have been charged.
Well, firstly, Swati, I'm outside the Kila court, and here the hearing has begun. That's what Shivani is updating from inside. So we will be giving out minute-to-minute details of the hearing that is happening over here. Now, coming to the point that Siddhant was also mentioning, if we go through the arrest memo, consumption is mentioned, but with that is also mentioned about purchase and selling. Now, consumption comes under a bailable offence, but purchase and selling becomes a non-bailable offence. So there is somewhere where trouble may mount for Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan Khan. But yes, he indeed has been represented by Mr. Satish Maneshinde, a very senior lawyer. He has an experience in handling these kind of cases. He had represented Riya Chakraborty also, and that time we had seen how the court had also come down hard against the NCB during the hearing that had taken place. Now also one more legal technicality that we need to look or considering the fact that this is the first such arrest or first such case that has been built up against Aryan Khan. So there may be another kind of an immunity under Section 64 of the NDPS Act, which basically says that if the arrested accused opts to go for medical de-addiction, that is basically opts to go for rehab, medical rehab, then a kind of immunity he gets from any kind of prosecution in the NDPS cases. So that is also one significant aspect that Mr. Satish Mane Shinde is expected to argue on behalf of his counsel. As Siddhant was mentioning, the NCP indeed will be asking for custody of Mr. Aryan Khan and the other accused in the case. The NCP has been maintaining that their main aim is to catch the bigger fishes, to catch the main drug
Arunil and
peddlers.
Siddhant, stay on with us. We'll come back to you to get the latest from the court. Meanwhile, we have guests joining us as well. Let's go across to them. Let's introduce our guests. We have B.V. Kapoor, former DG, NCB and former member, Central Board of Excise and Customs. We have Kailash Adhikari, MD Governance now, and Abha Singh, a lawyer. I first want to go across to B.V. Kapoor. B.V. Kapoor, I'm sure you are updated about the details as far as the seizure, the recovery of the quantity of drugs and the cash is concerned, and some non-bailable offences. That's what the charges say. Some sections that have been applied on Aryan Khan and others who've been officially arrested are non-bailable offences. They are right now at this time as we speak are being produced in the court, sir.
Yeah, first of all, you have mentioned my name incorrectly. My name is B.V. Kumar and not
All right,
Kapoor.
I stand corrected, sir.
Okay. See here in this case, the small quantity that is defined by a notification under the NDPS Act is, the case of cocaine it is 2 grams, large quantity is 100 grams, it is something much more than 2 grams. Then the next thing, MDMA, that is methamphetamine, also was seized, and there also the small quantity is 2 grams and the large quantity is 50 grams. So the offences under section 27 and 27A and 20B covers all types of violations, including purchase, sale, use, consumption and harboring and abatement also. The offences are cognizable and non-bailable. See, that is the thing. As rightly pointed out by your correspondent, under section 64A, the immunity can be granted by the court subject to various conditions. The accused must give a bond and he must also mention that he will undergo treatment and he will not repeat the offences and other things. And more importantly here, the conditions normally put by the court is that he will not tamper with the evidence if he is granted bail and other things. So at the initial stage, I think the NCB needs his custody, so that more details are obtained about the drug peddlers.
Okay, and that I believe is the end goal. That I believe is the mandate, Mr. Kumar, that the NCB has, which is to expose the cartel, the drug cartel, and get to the masterminds, those who operate it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So in this case, Delhi has become a main center for cocaine trafficking of late. The route that's being followed by the cocaine smugglers is from Colombia, it goes to Mexico. From Mexico, it comes to Dubai, and from Dubai, it comes to Bombay and Delhi and Bangalore. And so it's very important that we tackle the main drug routes rather than deal with these people. But then this is the starting point, because unless you deal with these type of things, we will not be able to get the main drug cartel that's involved behind the smuggling racket. That's a very important thing.
Right.
We also, the cases that have come of late in the recent past are very major cases. For example, after the Mundra seizure, there was a seizure of almost 37 kilograms of cocaine at Delhi immediately. And earlier to that, 300 kilograms were seized off Tuticorin coast of cocaine, concealed in a container containing wooden logs. Subsequently also from a Sri Lankan boat,
Right.
another 300
Sir,
kilograms of
I am interrupting you because I want to take the latest update from Arun. He is, in fact, getting us the latest from what's happening in the court at this point in time. Before I go across to Abha Singh and Kailash Adhikari, let's take a quick update from Arunil. Arunil, what's happening in the court?
Well, our colleague Shivani is giving us minute-to-minute details from inside the courtroom. Now she tells us that Satish Mane Shinde, the senior counsel representing Aryan Khan, he has asked for 5 minutes with his client. Now this also showcases how Satish Mane Shinde's team was reaching the NCB office, but they were not allowed to meet Aryan Khan in the NCB office over there. No communication was allowed at that time. But considering the experience of Satish Mane Shinde as well, if we want to give out a defense of Aryan Khan over here, Satish Mane has indeed defended Riya Chakraborty also last year, and we had seen the kind of backlash that the NCB was forced to receive from the courts at that time. Now, what will be the next move from Satish Mane Shinde? And if we want to speak about NCB as well, they indeed will be wanting to build up a very watertight case. It was a proper homework being done before the raids were conducted by Wankhede and his team, and clearly now the charges that have been mentioned in the arrest memo as well, it mentions about consumption, it mentions about selling and purchase as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So that can be a bit of a problem for Aryan Khan.
Let's take Abha Singh's view on that. Abha Singh, your view on the sections that have been applied, and it's not just about consumption. According to the arrest memo, the offence also is sale and purchase of contraband.
So now they have to show that these people were selling drugs. So NCB has to come clean on that. They have also put 35 of the NDPS Act, which says presumption of culpable mental state. So what they are trying to say that Aryan Khan knew that there were drugs in the party. He had bought those drugs or he was selling drugs. But it is now for Satish Mane Shinde to show that he had no idea. And Aryan Khan has already said that he was a guest to the party. There were no drugs seized from him and he had not taken drugs. So now the issue for NCB is whether they have whether the blood test has shown positivity in Aryan Khan's case, whether any drugs were seized on him. If they were not, then it would be definitely a misuse of power, because 27, what they have put, 27 does not mean buying or selling of drugs, but it is simple consumption. And if it was only a personal use, then it is available with 6 months of imprisonment or maximum to 1 year of imprisonment. And it is not the first time innumerable rave parties people have got bail. In Ria's case, they had put 27A, where they tried to show Ria and her brother as a business cartel, as a syndicate. And when this matter came up to High Court, the NCB people had to run and save their skin because they could not prove that it was a cartel. So now it is very important, and I would be grateful if the court today gives some strictures, because laws are meant to be used in the right, earnest way, not as a witch hunt. And NDPS Act is a very compassionate act. It says if young students, children are using it for personal use, then you must give them bail. You must send them to
Abha Singh, you're saying that they should be given bail. We, of course, cannot second guess what the court is going to do. But let's take a quick update from Siddhant. Siddhant, what we are learning at this point in time is that the NCB is going to seek the custody of all the accused.
Well, yes, absolutely, Swati. NCB has decided to take custody. Now, on what grounds, we really don't know at this point in time. They are going to present their case in some time from now. At this point in time, all 3 accused have been produced in the court. Their lawyers have asked court to allow them to meet their clients in personal capacity for 5 minutes, and court has granted that time. After which the hearing will start in this matter. Now, usually, Swati, as I have been mentioning before, after 15-16 hours of intense grilling, questioning, usually NCB avoids taking remand, because these accused have already given their statements, and they have already given details of those peddlers who were involved in this alleged rave party, who were providing this narcotic substance to them. And even the NCB, other teams are carrying out raids also at multiple locations at this point in time. Now it would be interesting to see that on what grounds NCB is going to seek bail before the court and seek remand before the court, and whether court is going to grant the remand to NCB,
Right.
and what is NCB's plan, because the plan is what to the best of my understanding is to reach to the kingpin of the cartel, the main guy, and that is what NCB has been reiterating whenever I speak to the officials here in Mumbai and even in Delhi headquarters. They are saying that they want to get to the main man in this entire business. At the same time, they have also summoned the people from the cruise, the people associated with the event company. They all have also been questioned. They all have also been asked to report to the NCB office. So, you know, NCB has launched a very wide probe in this entire matter, and it is not a matter of 1, 2 or 3 days.
The
This
NCB,
will
of
go
course,
on
wants
for
to
months.
expose the masterminds who were running or operating this drug cartel, and in which Aryan Khan, along with others, have been placed under arrest officially. Now, NCB has told the court that it was an intel operation. Remember, earlier, the director of NCB said that it was a 2-week-long investigation which led them to this drug cartel that was busted during an alleged rave party on board a cruise. The NCB is apprising court of its investigation, saying there was an intel input. It was an intel operation based on which, as they proceeded, they were able to bust this cartel. Now, we have Mr. Adhikari as well on the broadcast. Mr. Adhikari, this has also led to a political controversy. There are allegations of witch hunt also being leveled.
You know, Swati, firstly, I'd like to mention that we all know that substance abuse and illicit drug use has a detrimental effect on the psychological, mental, and physical health of an individual. And it is very disheartening to see when the youth of this nation, you know, actually succumbing to such kind of addiction. Where on one hand, India is producing 26 unicorns, which are held by none other than, you know, young entrepreneurs. And India is really pinning hopes on the fact that the 54% of its adult population is actually youth. And that is where the future of the country lies. And at the same time, we must also mention here that instead of doing politics, we must look at the fact that how are we shaping the youth of this country? India has already signed 26 bilateral pacts in order to stop the drug menace. And the work done by the law enforcement agencies, we should applaud the fact that, but now it is time that they should track the source of that, rather than going through the peddlers who are the last mile, the source where it is coming from. That is also very, very important. As the gentleman in the panel, the senior gentleman in the panel mentioned about the Mundra case, which also busted a lot of myths, and the fact that, you know, Afghanistan is the producer of 83% of opium, and now under the Taliban rule. So it raises a question about the source, and also the fact that so much awareness is being provided by the government, but it is now time that the youth must understand and stop such kind of addiction.
Right. We, of course, are waiting to know what the court has to say on the arguments that are being presented currently by the NCB. We'll keep on tracking all of that. For the moment, thank you all for joining us on the broadcast. But Siddhant and Arunil will continue to be with us. We'll be back after a short break.